Hey guys, Mostly the Mad here, just doing a bit of sciencing today, and I thought maybe some of you guys might want to hang out and throw some comments in. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm just going to start a village campaign, playing as Warriors of Chaos as village, and I'm just going to not do anything. I'm going to put on the endgame difficulty to 200, no warning, as early as possible, ultimate crisis mode, so we get all of these endgames. No diplomacy, so it's kind of on legendary difficulty, very hard. So it's like the hardest difficulty that you can get in the vanilla campaign. Yeah, basically I was thinking about doing this as actually a challenge campaign and seeing how far you could get, like playing the game aggressively with no settlements. But for right now, I actually just wanted to just passively just sit there and just do nothing and see how long it takes for the AI to attack you, if they ever do. I suspect they'll just never attack me at all. But I put a poll up there to see, yeah, so you guys can say how long you think it'll take before I get attacked. But yeah, this is just kind of like a test run. We're just doing this for science, basically. Probably will just be a short stream, just gonna flick some turns, basically. But yeah, I thought it was kind of an interesting little concept, and some of you guys might want to watch along. How you going, Lucius? Yeah, sorry, maybe I didn't explain at the start properly, but yeah, it's just gonna play passively. So what you could do is like attack this and maybe sack that, get a couple of levels early on. That might be something to try as well. I wonder if that would change. The outcome. But yeah, but basically what I was going to do first is just be completely passive. So we're not even going to attack this starting enemy. Just going to move into the corner of the map here and just sit there and just do nothing. There is this technology you can get that gives you experience for Marauders, but since the Marauders aren't earning any experience anyway, they won't really do anything unless we find a way to get them some experience later. Yeah, basically that's it. Just flick turns and see what happens. Hey Scott, yeah, this isn't really a proper stream. We're just kind of just doing some sciencing here. But yeah, so you can just sort of sit here and just flick turns. I've actually just to speed things up, I've done one where I did this exact same thing, but I've already got it up to turn 15, and on that one the end game scenarios popped exactly at turn 10, so it was basically as early as possible. So I might just fast forward to that one. So this spot here is 80% ambush, so we can just keep ambushing there. So now basically no one can see us, we've got no settlement, and we're kind of right in the corner of the map where no one would naturally go, right? So the only way that basically anyone can attack us is if the AI can see you and you're invisible or whatever, which I assume it probably can, but hopefully it's programmed not to kind of like attack you while you're invisible, because that would be a bit cheating. But yeah, basically you can just kind of sit here and do nothing. But this is pretty much all I was planning on doing today, and just see what happens. But yeah, I would maybe like to do a campaign at some point where we just actually play a no settlement challenge, where you just never occupy anything and just go around with your one starting army and see how you go. It'd be a lot easier with village than probably most other factions. But yeah, anyway, so you just sit here and then yeah, just keep doing that. So I've got one where I already got up to turn 15. So just to save us a bit of time, I'll just go to there. So on this one, basically on turn 10, I think I got the ambuscade skill. So from just being in ambush stance constantly, I got +5 ambush skill. And yeah, on turn 10, I had all of the ultimate endgame spawn. So where we're up to now on turn 15, the ultimate endgame spawned 5 turns previous, like 5 turns ago. So it's already been going for 5 turns. So yeah, so this is the map. You can see where all of the endgame armies have spawned everywhere. So in that other one that we just were doing then, that was before the endgame had spawned, so I didn't have vision on anything. I was just hiding in this corner. And normally you only have vision on 3 factions when you start off. You just have the starting enemies, the Imperial Wardens, these Marauders here, the blue Marauders, the USAC or something they're called, and Lockyer. So yeah, so now I've got I've still got vision on lock here. Those Marauders got wiped out, and I've got vision on these Imperial Wardens. But now I've got all of the endgame factions are now visible, plus whatever other factions just happen to be nearby to the endgame factions that got, you know, got vision on them as well. So I'm not sure if it makes a difference, like, because like I said, like if, like, presumably I'm invisible, I'm in ambush stance, no one can see me, no one should be aggressive towards me. However, now I've got all these factions that have all declared war on me because they're all the endgame factions. So I'm not sure if they're going to come after me or not. I don't know. So yeah, basically that's what I wanted to find out. So they've had 5 turns to come after me so far. Haven't seen anything yet. The closest would be the Chaos Dwarf endgame here. I think that spawns armies occasionally. I've got all the endgames on 200% as well. So yeah, I don't know if we can get army ability. Yeah, we can get some army abilities, I guess. Just in case we have to fight. We've got the passive income. We've got 3,000 background income, so we can actually support quite a, you know, somewhat decent army with that. But I wouldn't. USAC just got destroyed. These guys got destroyed. So yeah, so 40% of people said that I would get attacked before turn 10. So you guys are wrong. Oh yeah, I can put this on fast forward. Oh yes, I think that's on fast forward now. I didn't really notice it speeding up that much, but I don't usually bother to use this that much. I remember when around when the Potion of Speed update first came out, I used to always put it on fast forward to try to speed up those end turns, but I don't even bother. Like, the end turns are so fast now that I don't really bother with it. Oh yeah, I got a special event that gave 1,000 extra XP to this Hexus the Black guy. I was wondering if we just sit here for long enough, if we'll eventually get like free hero, like a free exalted hero awarded to us. That'd be pretty cool. Finance is going to be a problem. Dark Fortress is a big income, so we're going to be sacking and cheesing low-cost armies. Yeah, I reckon. Well, the thing is, you only ever have one army because it'll be like no. So the challenge. If I was going to play this as like a challenge campaign, this is just sort of a science campaign we're doing right now. But if we're going to play it as a challenge campaign, then basically, yeah, you would never settle any settlements in the first place. So you just be cruising around just with a single army all the time. You'd never be able to recruit any heroes. And that would be it. Hey Death Eye, the purpose of right now, the purpose of this is just to see whether the AI will ever attack us. But we're sort of doing a test to see if maybe yeah, just so yeah, in the future I'd maybe like to do a no settlement challenge where I just play without ever occupying any settlements. And not play as a horde faction, so not play as Nakai or Beastmen or I don't know who's another horde faction. Yeah, not play as a proper horde faction or like Pirate Coast or something. Like none of the factions that are sort of supposed to be pseudo hordes. Just like a faction like Village or whatever, and just have no settlements and to see if that's hard. Maybe this is Total War. Could be, yeah, maybe this is Total War, 10 end game, no settlement challenge. I mean, I don't reckon it'd be that hard actually. I reckon it'd be pretty easy. But that'd be pretty funny to it'd sound really cool for a challenge campaign.
Demanding a change in your mutual relations.
Now I gotta put up with these guys wanting to get peace to me or something. I didn't have diplomacy turned on, I didn't think. Or maybe I did have diplomacy turned on in this one. Might have been by accident. You mean never taking any settlements at all? Yeah, exactly. Never taking any settlements at all. So I can never recruit a second army. I can never recruit any heroes. I can never build any buildings. I can never use Gifts of Chaos because this doesn't get activated until after you control at least one settlement. Yeah, so just like a never taking any settlements campaign. But with but yeah, just because like the last time we did what do we was it? It was like This is Total War Ultimate Endgame. No, one settlement challenge that we did with Eltharion. But yeah, so that was too easy. Now we'll do This is Total War Turn 10 Ultimate Endgame No Settlements challenge. I don't know. I don't reckon it would be that hard, but I reckon it'll be funny. You can still build Aspiring Champion Doomstack from Undivided Region. Yeah, exactly. So, you know, it probably wouldn't even be that hard.
A twisted twin.
Wait, is this an Undivided Region? Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, 78%. Yeah, if we just sit here long enough, we'll start getting Aspiring Champions. Hey, Eric. It's a waste to play anything other than Wolfric or Empire with this beard. Yeah, I know. For sure. But yeah, so sorry if if this is a bit of a silly idea for a stream. But yes, this is just a science stream. I'm just trying to see how long it's going to take the AI to attack me. Can you vassalize? No, you can't. You can't vassalize. Well, you might be able to. Oh, actually, that's really interesting. That's really interesting, Hamza. What happens? What happens if you force vassalize a faction? Because normally, if you lose all your settlements, you lose your vassals. But the game might freak the game out if you force vassalize something while you've got no settlements. Interesting. So yeah, so now I've got the Skaven endgame happening. Still, well, we've only got very limited vision, but yeah, still no one's attacked us.
The changer changes all.
I suppose I could spend this guy's XP. This guy's slowly leveling up just by being in the army. Is Village leveling up? Nah, Village is getting no experience. So he's not leveling up, but the hero is getting experience from being in the army. Hey, yeah, nice. We got 10% chance of Aspiring Champions now. Interesting idea. Perfect for a science stream. Yeah, cheers. Do we science like Zerkovich videos? What do you mean? Zerkovich videos, usually he's already figured it all out and then he just explains it. We're doing R&D right now, research and development. We're figuring it out. In theory, you can build a hero doomstack from stolen heroes. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, true. That'd be funny. What stands out as some of your favorite campaigns challenges of all time? Well, a lot of them I really have fun with. It's a bit like food. Like when people ask me my favorite food, it sort of depends on the day, you know. Like if I haven't had pizza for a while and then I order a pizza and it's a good pizza, then I'll think this is the best food ever. But then, you know, having just eaten that pizza, if someone offers me another pizza, I'll be like, no, I don't really like pizza that much anymore, you know. So yeah, it's a bit like that, you know. But yeah, I really enjoyed the first no recruitment campaign. With the Empire no recruitment campaign. That was really awesome. But a lot of the awesomeness was just doing it for the first time. Like if you haven't done a no recruitment campaign ever, then like the first one that you do will be really fun because it's so different from a normal campaign. And yeah, so that was really cool. But if I did like another no recruitment campaign now, like it'd still be fun, but it wouldn't probably be as fun as that first one that I did, you know. But yeah, and then I found that recently we did the One City, This is Total War One City campaign challenge. That was pretty cool, but that was fun. That was pretty fun. I don't know, I can't think of any other can't think of other good ones. I know I often say, like, you know, there's been many times when I've said this is like a great campaign and I'm really enjoying it. I can't think of one off the top of my head right now. But I'm kind of like always trying to think of new themes and new challenges and stuff. Not necessarily hard challenges, but just fun challenges, you know. We'll take this. Oh no, see, yeah, it upgrades the gift whirling destruction, which we aren't going to have, but we can give. Where's the one that gives you shield, energy shield for your Oh wait up, do my aspiring champions have energy shield already? Like as at base? Not sure. Yeah, they do, they do. Okay, cool. So we don't need to get it in our tech tree. But we can get this gives them extra energy shield. Oh no, they won't have the markers each though. Gives them hidden in time. Unspottable and stalk for aspiring champions. That's kind of cool, I guess. Whatever. It'll keep us out of trouble for a while anyway. Can you check if there's a military ally option? You should be able to have military allies. Yeah, there is, yeah.
What you want? It's so
and we can actually make them a vassal as well. But I don't know what would happen if we made someone a vassal, since we can't have vassals because we've got no settlement. I don't know. Normally when you lose your settlements, you lose your vassals. But I wonder if you get a vassal while you've got no settlement, if it'll just let you keep it. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I think this could be a fun challenge idea. No settlement campaign. People might find that funny. Like if I was going to do it as a proper campaign stream, obviously I wouldn't just passively sit there doing nothing every turn. But I'll actually try and try and fight and conquer, try and take some vassals and stuff. That'd be pretty fun. I wonder who we could vassalize. I wonder if we can like wander around. Like I wonder how, like it doesn't seem like the AI is particularly motivated to kill me, you know? Obviously I'm kind of out of the way here, but I wonder if I could like actually just wander around and take, you know, and interact with the world to stay in ambush chance, and if they would just ignore me. I think, have we passed 20 turns now? I think we've passed 20 turns now, so. We should be able to, I don't know, what should we go up to? Well, I'll see how many turns it's been.
good.
Yeah, I think I accidentally left the diplomacy option on for endgame on this other save. So then I have to put up with those, diplomacy offers every now and again. Turn 25, alright, so people have said that we only last 20 turns, they were wrong. It's going to be long, definitely going to last longer than 20 turns. But yeah, I was trying to think of like a fun, actually maybe Archeon would be cool to do. Archeon Noach Settlement Challenge. Because I was trying to think of like a cool sort of challenge to do with Archeon or a village or someone like a Warriors of Chaos, where it kind of represents you being like a warband, kind of wandering around. You don't have any settlements or anything. Like it's just all about, you know, fighting other champions and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like that'd be kind of fun. It'd be a bit silly, but it might be fun just for like a one-off type thing. Should ally or vassalize mono-god Nurgle factions, as they're the easiest factions to steal heroes of? Nurgle factions are the easiest to steal heroes from. Why is that? Because they've got more heroes than other factions, or they put them in their armies more often? Hey, Dejan. I'm trying to think of other good, other fun challenge campaigns that we've done. What sort of challenge campaigns do I do? Lots of migrations. A lot of the ones where like we migrate Dark Elves and invade Ulthuan, I always find that fun. Hey, Click Monkey. So yeah, for those of you who are just joining now, this isn't like a proper campaign stream. We're just doing a bit of like a science stream. We're just seeing how long it takes before the AI attacks me if I just remain completely passive. So I haven't even taken a single settlement. I think Dash Dash was saying that if you just stay in your starting settlement and just don't do anything, then the AI has very low aggression towards you. So I think he's got a Cathay campaign where he just has his one starting settlement that he started off with, and he never took any other settlements, and then he just flicked through like 1,000 turns or something, and still, you know, is surviving just without having expanded beyond his like one settlement and without attacking anyone or doing anything. So yeah, it seems like the AI is quite passive towards you if you don't have many settlements. You could do that? Yeah, you could. Yeah. That's about your speed, is it, Click Monkey? Just sit there and do nothing for 1,000 turns? Hey, aspiring champions. Nice. Got some trolls. There's our upkeep. Yeah, upkeep's still good. Maybe we should get rid of some of these weaker units. Save more money.
Useless.
Spawn of Siege.
Do I need them?
I don't know if Spawn of Zeech are good or not. They're cheap. Yeah, that's fine.
Torment, you fool! They all despise us.
It's easy to bait them into making hero armies by feeding them resource settlements, and they can spam units to fill armies. So they put heroes. They can't spam units to fill armies, so they put heroes inside armies. Ah, okay, that's a good idea. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to, with a no settlement campaign, I wouldn't be able to gift them. I wouldn't be able to gift them any settlements. I'd have to like raise the settlements and like leave it for them to occupy, or like sack it or something and leave it for them to occupy. But also I was thinking of doing like a This is Total War campaign. So yeah, if we were going to do non This is Total War campaign, that would be cool because you could just use your vassals. Yeah, actually, a non This is Total War campaign where you use your vassals would actually be much more interesting and cooler. You can sack it. They love occupying Saxon. Yeah, for sure. Would this be better with Beastmen or Vampire Coast? Oh, well, no. The sort of the whole point of it, Dejani, is doing it with a faction that's not meant to be a horde faction. Like Vampire Coast and Beastmen are both sort of semi-horde factions, so they're designed to kind of be able to operate without any settlements. So the whole like cool thing about it is to like do it with a faction that's supposed to have settlements. You know what I mean? That was my concept anyway. But yeah, if you wanted to do it with Beastmen or whatever, that's fine. Yeah, just do whatever you think is fun. That's the name of the game. Maybe it'd be better to do with Beastmen because Beastmen are like meant to be a horde faction, and you can be like proper Beastmen, old school style, no settlements ever. I wonder if Beastmen with no settlements would actually work well. Actually, that's interesting. I wonder if Kazrak... Does Kazrak normally die after he sets up his herdstone, or does he sometimes die before he sets up his herdstone? Like, I wonder if the, like, having no herdstone makes the AI factions less likely to be killed. When those like random no settlement Beastman factions spawn, and those kind of random orc factions that have no settlements, do they normally get wiped out, like by non-player units? Beastmen can't unlock higher tier of units without herdstone. Oh, really? So the horde can't build the high tier stuff? Because you can build like horde buildings in your armies, can't you? Or is that not? I can't remember how to play Beastmen anymore. It's been so long. You have to get marks of ruination somehow. Ah, okay. Character wounded. Ah, it was like a random event that wounded my hero. That's fine.
Witness the power.
Oh, maybe I should send my hero out to like wander around and you know, check out things. Once you unlock stuff like Cygors, you can have no herdstones. Yeah, if you're playing Kazrak, I'd kind of want to have Bestigors, but I guess you can't get Bestigors. Can you get Bestigors from your Can you get Bestigors from your board? Or do you have to go to the settlements to get Bestigors?
Stop moving, brother. I'm talking to this one.
Could be fun. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, because I was thinking about doing a Beastman campaign. Maybe like Kazrak no Herdstone campaign. Could be fun. Horde can recruit everything, but you need Herdstones to unlock them first. Oh, so you can't unlock Bestigors. So what can you unlock? Like if I was going to do a no Herdstone campaign with Kazrak, what would I be able to recruit? Just nothing. I'd be able to. I could get allies. I could get like Chaos Warriors.
They think of me as a rat. I'll show them.
Dogs and Ungor Raiders. Perfect. What more do you need? Dogs, Ungor Raiders, and 4 Chaos Warriors, I guess. Interesting. Maybe 1 unit of ogre mercenaries. Yeah, it'd be kind of better. I mean, it'd be a lot easier. Chaos Warriors would probably be the easiest because they can recruit just from, you know, they can recruit elite units just from standing here.
All puppets. Come in once you.
But yeah, I'm not sure about. But yeah, it might be cool. It might be even more cool, like even cooler to do it with some other factions. What about like Oh no, yeah. You need a faction that starts off with no settlements though. Just remember to like the stream. Oh, thanks, Clock Monkey. Appreciate it, buddy. I don't think we're gonna get many, you know, I don't expect this one to be like a huge stream or anything. It's just like you know, it's pretty much just a just chatting stream if you really. Although I guess we could do a bit of testing, like run around for a while, see if we can get, you know, see how far we can push it with it before the AI like starts attacking us. It might be fun to Daniel starts with 0 settlements. Yeah, Daniel. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thanks for the support, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, Daniel could be cool. I don't really like Daniel that much, but which makes it harder to play him because I don't really enjoy him that much. But yeah. Hey, Ringar. Ringara. What was it? Ringara the Shadow or something? Mercy is the positive dad mood. Yeah. Yeah, that's been said before. I think I need to try to learn to channel my inner positive dad more. Because I think I break character sometimes. It's all about consistency. So what's next? So people who said we only last 30 turns, you were wrong as well. So basically what we're doing here is we've just gone, we didn't even attack our starting enemy. We just went into ambush stance and then moved into the corner of the map. And then we're just like not doing anything. So I was thinking about just keeping going with this for, I don't know, a fair while. Not sure how long, like, do you reckon we need to go to like 100 turns? Or like would 50 turns be enough to kind of, like when, like how many turns, I think we need a new poll, I guess. Right, we'll send this agent out. I'll see if like him going around and running into other factions will aggravate them more or anything. Okay, so do the same poll. How many turns do we need to test before you would believe village will never be attacked? Well, so basically what I'm asking now is, so we definitely don't get attacked within 10, 20 or 30 turns. And possibly we'll never get attacked. Maybe we'll be able to sit here forever. So I'm saying, how many turns will it take before you accept that he's never going to get attacked? If no AI saw you enter ambush stance, then I think forever. That's a good call. Yeah, I wonder if the AI saw me enter ambush stance, if it would matter. Yeah, actually, that's interesting. Do you know, like, I've never really noticed that interaction before. Like I've never noticed the AI, like, noticing you go into ambush stance and then remembering and then going towards you. I thought it was like once you entered ambush stance, they just forget that you exist kind of thing. Or they just always know where you are regardless of whether, you're in ambush stance or not. Have you noticed that, Ditho, that like the AI does seem to like know where you are more if they see you going into ambush stance? What? I'm interested to see if these Chaos Dwarfs have an army around here and if they're doing anything. Hey Phil, get to have this in the background. Yeah, it's just like a chat and stream basically. I'm just looking some turns to see how long it takes before the AI will attack them. I love the fact that Village is strong enough that I know this is 100% possible for you. Hey Evil, yeah, that's it. I reckon we could actually successfully complete the campaign. They remember for one turn, then they forget if unrevealed. Ah. Legend said they do. It does remember if they see you, I think. Okay, that's interesting. Well, this has already been a valuable stream then. Because I didn't know that.
Oh. Good. Now we see.
So yeah, so basically what I'm asking is, how long does this stream need to go for before you guys will be satisfied that Village will never be attacked? So if you vote for 100 turns, then we have to play for 100 turns. No. Yeah, so basically, yeah, basically I'm working on a video that I'm going to hopefully release later today. Basically my concept is, I think I asked Legend about this as well, but my concept is that you do a what I call it co-pilot co-op. So basically you do a co-op campaign, but only one person like plays the campaign and the other person just is passive and just doesn't do anything. So the gist of it would be that you so the other person plays the campaign, for example, and I'm just playing Village and I just hide in the corner and don't do anything. So I basically, in terms of my campaign, I just never do anything. And then the other person, they just play normally. And then if they need help in a battle, then they just get me to jump in and I'll control some of the units, or not that they need help, but, just for the fun, because co-oping in the battles is really fun. So yeah, so basically that's my concept of the co-pilot co-op, where just one person plays and the other person doesn't really play. I feel like it's kind of good for if the other person, like if the other person's like at work or something and they can't really like sit there and just play solidly for like 6 hours, but they could like, you know, have a break and jump into a battle here and there, and you know, and if they, but yeah, the only problem is that you need to be in voice chat with them so you can get them to, you know, click OK and click end turn and stuff like that. I reckon it'd be really good if CA would make like a master, like a setting for co-op where you can, like set one player to be like the master controller or something, so that if the other person goes AFK, the main player can click end turn for them. Write a script to press enter or space every minute. Yeah, that'd be good. Would be interesting to use the mod to turn off Fog of War so you can see what's happening with the endgame crisis every 10 turns or so. Yeah, true. But I think that would slow down the game though, KM. I think we can flick turns faster if we don't see anything else. We can send a little scout guy out to check things out. So I haven't gotten, it's turned 42 turns now and I still haven't got that event. I thought maybe they would give us another
get rid of them.
I thought maybe they would give us another hero. Sometimes you get an event that gives you like a free exalted hero, but yeah, I don't know, it's been 42 turns now, I haven't got one, so I don't know, maybe that event doesn't pop unless you've got a settlement. MMA mouse have things called macros, we can do that. Yeah, you can, yeah, there's also auto hotkey that's like a little program that you can do that sets up macros, although I think some people said they don't recommend you use that because it's going to be a security risk or something like that. Listen, Mad, then you can play as someone like Eltharion, set up his indoctrination bank for passive player. Thus, said player not only gets to participate, but to bankroll the other player as well. Yeah, that's true. But the only thing is with Eltharion that you'll take attrition if you're in ambush stance and you don't have a settlement. You could maybe, I wonder how you would go if you just like if you had Eltharion and you just
Never stop.
Here's some endgame action going on. These guys are invading. Oh, Grimgor already took over Zarnegrand.
By eldritch winds, yes.
Oh, it's you. It's you. Good.
But yeah, I think Dash like, oh, I had this idea for ages ago for the co-op campaign, the co-pilot co-op thing. But yeah, I was hoping if you you don't get any you don't get any no settlement attrition if you if you're a faction that starts off with no settlement, you don't get any no settlement attrition unless you've occupied a settlement and then lost it. Like at the start of the game, before you get your first settlement, you don't take no settlement attrition. Man with beard presses end turn button campaign. Yeah, exactly. You've captured the essence, Ethereal. But yeah, so one thing I'd really like to get some feedback on you guys is yeah, with co-op campaigns, right? Co-op campaign is a great way to play. If you haven't played a co-op campaign, I highly recommend it. But you need another friend who's got a similar attention span to you, who has the same amount of massive amounts of disposable free time, so that you can sit down together and do like a 4-hour session or an 8-hour session together. Probably someone who doesn't have kids, But my concept is that if you can do like a co-pilot campaign where basically one player plays the campaign normally and the other player just doesn't really do anything except for occasionally drop into a battle, then I think that would be a cool kind of mode to have. And yeah, you can do like a makeshift version of that by doing this, basically by just having one passive like passive player that just doesn't really play the game, and then having the other person be the one that sort of actively is playing the game, you know. But yeah, I know, yeah, like it's good for both ways. So like if you're really into the game and you really want to play, and you really want to play with your mate, but your mate's only got like, you know, an hour of free time a day or whatever, then you can kind of play along for like 6 hours and have them just drop in a couple of times for a 15-minute battle, you know, while they're, maybe if they're like, I think it's good for people who like work from home, or maybe they're like looking after kids, but they can only, so they can't have a solid session, but they can jump in and out while the kids are having a nap or something like that, you know. And then, yeah, you can kind of like mainly play the campaign, and they can just kind of be a passenger, you know, or a co-pilot. Yeah. Do you remember the feature in Shogun where you could drop into other people's games and play the AI? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Like that's the same thing. Like like a drop-in sort of option, but for co-op, like a co-op drop-in option. It'd be cool if you could do that, like just normally. Yeah, I wonder why they got rid of that drop-in feature. I guess it was like rarely used. Like I rarely ever used it. There's a few people I know that said that they thought it was really good and stuff. But I imagine it was probably only a really tiny amount of people that actually played it.
Come to village.
Maybe that's why they didn't bother to put it in. But I think it was probably still a good idea, because it probably like the concept of drop-in battles is really cool, and it probably was a really good promotional tool, you know, like yeah, really good selling point. How well does anyone know, did Shogun 2 like do really well like financially, or I'm not sure. Have you even slept? Hey Ross, yeah, I slept. I had 7 hours sleep, which is a good amount for me. Yeah, I've been getting a lot more sleep now that I've quit my main job, so I'm just doing YouTube and stuff full time now. Although the last couple of weeks I've been basically just having a rest. I've just been streaming like, you know, 6 to 8 hours a day, and that's it. I've been pottering around a little bit in the background, but I haven't really made many videos or anything. But yeah, I'm planning to get onto making some more videos soon. But yeah, so I'm actually gonna try to make a little video about this whole like co-pilot campaign thing, and I'll put that out today, hopefully. Can't stay long. Got to armor up and take the Sprogs to school. No worries, Ross. It sounds like you need some co-pilot campaign. Hey Tyler. Apparently it sold around 6,000, so I'd say it's pretty 600,000, so I'd say it's pretty good. Yeah, nice. Yeah, thanks, Kaneko. Yeah, no, it's good. Hopefully it's going to be good for the channel too once I get to start making some more content and stuff. Oh yeah, where's our dude? Oh, there he is. He's back.
Come in, you fool! They all despise us.
I should wonder if I should steal technology, level this guy up. I wonder if these guys are gonna just get wiped out. Alright, we made it to 50 turns. So the people who said 57% said that 50 turns was enough. So you guys should now be satisfied that we'll never get attacked. How many levels has he gained through being passive? None. So Village doesn't gain any experience sitting there on the campaign map. What you could do is just attack the first enemy and get like 75. Get that red line skill that gives you plus 75 XP for units in your army, and that way your units would be like passively leveling up. So you know it wouldn't be much, but like eventually by now we probably would have hit like tier 2 or tier like, you know, probably level 1 or 2 experience level. So is this a precursor to starting the game at turn 100 or something? No, this is just a bit of a science stream. I'm gonna probably play a co-pilot campaign tonight, actually. So if you guys are interested to see how that works out. And I'm thinking about doing a, can you sack cities? Yeah, well, yeah, I'm thinking about doing a challenge campaign where I actually play this, but like, you know, and try and conquer the world and stuff, but without actually ever occupying any settlements. So I'll just be like raising and sacking and stuff. But I think you'd need, if you wanted to, what's the short campaign victory? Control through ownership or vassal. Oh, I got to control these settlements. So yeah, so if you wanted to play as, if you wanted to win as village, you'd have to have vassals, because you need vassals to occupy these settlements. But if you had one where it's just like destroys the, I think some of them just let you just destroy stuff, right? Won't hero actions piss people off? Yeah, I think so. We need a settlement. We can technology wise. Okay. But we're already at war with heaps of factions. Franz goes full beast mode and raises the entire map except Altov. Now you need a faction that doesn't start off with a settlement though. Oh, does Marcus Wolfheart start off with a settlement, or does he start off? Yeah, no, he does. Marcus Wolfheart does start off with a settlement, doesn't he?
So enjoy it.
Yeah, what's another faction that doesn't start off with a settlement? I think it's only the Warriors of Chaos and Beastmen that don't start off with any settlement at all, right? Marcus Darkblade has no settlement. Nah, he starts off with High Grief. It's puzzling that your immediate enemies don't attack you. Well, I don't have any settlements, and I'm invisible because I'm in ambush stance, so they've got nothing to attack really. I wonder if Beastmen are born to raise though. Yeah, I guess Scarbrand would probably be pretty good, wouldn't he? If you sell High Grief, do you take no attrition? No, because you can't sell High Grief until you occupy a new settlement. And yeah, you know, Malice doesn't have the immunity to no settlement attrition. He's already got no settlement attrition from the start of the game. It's just that he's got a settlement, so he doesn't take it. Beastmen are my favorite chill out and destroy race to play. Yeah, nice. Yeah, Nikai. Yeah, nah, the whole point of the challenge would be to play a faction that's supposed to have settlements. Surprised Cathay have held the Red Fort this long. Which Red Fort? What Red Fort? Oh, Red Fortress. Yeah. I know. I would have thought they would have got wiped out by now. They're getting attacked by Chaos Rebels right now, so they're probably going to get wiped out pretty soon. But yeah, is anyone got any other feedback about like co-op campaigns? Like has anyone played a co-op campaign recently, or yeah, that point about the drop-in campaigns for Shogun was a really good point. I love co-op campaigns. It's how I found out about Warhammer 3 and Warhammer 2. Oh, nice. What's your like? Do you have any is there any like particular things that you think are good about co-op, or like problems with co-op or whatever? Like, I guess the main thing I'm focusing on is how difficult it is to find time to play co-op with another person, or find another person that's got time to play co-op with you, and also like the like pacing of the co-op. Like, so it's really good now that they've got simultaneous turns, right? But you still have the problem of like, you know, you enter a battle and then you've got to wait for the other person to like decide whether they're going to spectate or they're not going to spectate, and then you end the battle and that little tick thing comes up and the other person has to click the tick to exit the screen, and like, you know what I mean? Like, there's all these times you got to wait for the other person to do something, and a lot of those times, you know, they don't really need to be there. Like, there's no real decision being made or anything. Last co-op campaign I played was Thrones of Britannia with my friend, and it was good fun. Yeah, nice. How long did you get, how far did you get into it? Did you play like the whole campaign, like, you know, like 100 turns or whatever, or did you only make it like 20 or 30 turns in and before you know, it kind of fell to the wayside, or? Best way to run co-op is close by lords like Volkmar or Thoric. Rather play dwarves and play in Volkmar's army. Make a unit exchange between the armies. Yeah, it's cool if you have allies and you can actually have, like, that's a cool thing to do, like have allies and then actually build the outposts and then actually recruit allied units into the other armies, so that when you give them units to use, they can actually use their own units in your army. That's cool. That's a cool way to do it, I reckon.
Dominance. Obliterate.
Got a bit of a Lucius coming to visit us. How you going, buddy? You gonna say hello to the people? He's a big boy now. Aren't you a big boy? He's purring. Do a co-op but backstab Skaven style. Yeah, nice.
What? Such arrogance.
Main thing for co-op is having compatible races near each other. I don't reckon it is. Yeah, sorry, you probably played more co-op than me, so. But yeah, I don't think you need to have compatible races near each other at all, really. Like, because you can just be totally, like in the campaign, you can just be totally separate and have nothing to do with each other. But then you just jump in and help each other in the battles, you know, and just use their units, you know. And that's like, I don't know, I feel like that's quite fun, you know. But it's probably, I don't know. It depends how you're going to play the co-op, actually, because the best co-op campaign I played was the first one when co-op first came out in Rome 2, and yeah, it was like that. It was like our actual factions were kind of like near each other, and we were kind of discussing the geopolitical situation and everything, you know. Whereas in Warhammer 3, if you're totally separate places, then you know it does take out that element, doesn't it? Like. Yeah, I can imagine if you're nearby each other, you can be like, oh, I'm a bit worried that Clan Moors is going to get strong and attack me. You know, maybe you should attack them from that side and I'll attack them from this side, and then it'll make it easier for us or whatever, you know. So yeah, no, that's a good call, actually, I guess. Furiel, was it a Furiel that said that? Oh, no, Lucius, sorry. Tomb Kings have to fight over the Books of Nagash, so that sucks. Yeah, that sucks. If you play like Tomb Kings and Volkmar, do you still have to fight over the Books of Nagash, or do you have separate sets of Books of Nagash in that situation?
Good. Now we see.
Can you play co-op on your own? No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Unless you've got like two computers. Oh, you could probably use some program or something to run two instances of the game and then co-op with yourself or something. You can join team and be immediately connected, or you can never see each other until your agents do. Oh, okay, so if you play a multiplayer campaign and you're not on the same team, you can still help each other in battles, or no?
Blue fires of hell.
Hey, Wolfspool. I like doing the same continent. So starting in Illustria, also if one person gets the book and the other person can't get the book. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Oh, hey Dash Dash. I was telling people about your 1,000 turn Cathay campaign. I'm kind of doing the same thing, but with no settlement.
Chaos, eldritch fire.
Aha.
Tommen likes you. I don't.
So many viewers, so few likes. It's the story of my life. Everyone's interested, but no one likes me. No. So we'll declare war on this guy. Basically decline his gift. But even though he's declared war and he's right next to me, I'm pretty sure he still won't go for me because I'm invisible. I wonder if I came out of ambush stance. So what was your conclusion with that one, Dash Dash? That was where you just had one settlement that you started with, and you never took any other settlements, and you never moved your army away from your main settlement, right? So was the conclusion that basically the AI has got really low aggression towards you in that situation, and you never, you basically never get attacked, really? Or you only get attacked by very weak armies or something? So do you get attacked at all, or just no one ever attacks you at all?
Good, show respect.
Occasionally get attacked by 1 to 2 armies every 50 turns. Yeah, interesting. I wonder if I don't know if the AI is even looking for me. I'm wondering if I went out of ambush stance, if the AI would actually attack me, or if it would just keep ignoring me because I don't actually have any settlements or anything. That could be interesting to try out. Just before the end of the stream, I'll go visible and just see if they declare war. And I'm already at war with like pretty much everyone. Doesn't really. I don't think it's going to make any difference.
Dark, you think to parley? You
Apart from just taking a really long time to do. I don't know if they'll go for me really, because I've got no settlements. I got the ambuscator skill, yeah. I got that on turn 10.
Ready to... You have no right to discourse with the storm.
all right?
The bastards of chaos.
Oh, there's actually not that many factions that I've got vision on, so it's not going to take that long.
I can't let any challenge go unpunished.
The Queen! I'm ready to cast off. This best be quick.
1,000 turns, Cathay became This Is Total War after the first 100 turns, after Zhao confederated for no reason at all. Okay. So this is just Village writing insulting letters to all the leaders of the world while hiding. Yeah, exactly. He's just like hiding in a cave, just writing insulting letters to everybody. You have no settlements. I doubt the AI will attack you for 100 plus turns. Yeah, I don't know. We're not sure at the moment whether it's like the AI can't find me or the AI just doesn't care about me. So yeah, I think I'll just keep flicking turns for a while, and then maybe I'll become visible and see if that makes a difference. But yeah, I was thinking about doing a challenge, maybe doing a challenge campaign, like a no settlement challenge campaign with, yeah, I want to, like, I think to make it most effective or whatever, the AI can see where your ambushing armies are occasionally. Yeah, do you think so? I would have thought there'd be some sort of cheat like that where they can kind of tell where you are every now and again at least. Or if not all the time. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, you just want to make sure you check this every now and again to get your aspiring champions if you're trying to make an aspiring champion Doomstack. That's the thing, I reckon we can, like, even in this campaign right now, I reckon I could probably flick turns until turn 100, and then I could probably still win the game after that. Because of how strong aspiring champions are. Believe, indeed. But no, I won't do that. I'm gonna save myself because I'm gonna do we're gonna do a co-op campaign. But I'm actually gonna do this again tonight. So if you want to check that out, Tonight I'm gonna do a co-op campaign with Anton B Gaming. He's so yeah, may as well do a little bit of advertising for it now. So Anton's done a video basically about how to create a one-man doom stack. It's quite good, I think, especially for starting, like, new players that are just starting out and stuff. I can chuck a host to it. Chuck a link to it.
Fine.
It's quite a long video, so I don't know if you have a chance to watch it right now, but yeah, I actually disagree with quite a bit of it. So I think it'd be good. We could probably have a good discussion about it. But yeah, if some of you guys want to check that out, chuck a like or whatever onto Anton's campaign. Do a campaign where you both hide in a corner pressing enter, twice the fun. No, we're doing it. We're just going to do a co-op campaign where just I'm going to sit in the corner pressing enter. He's going to play normally, and I'm going to basically be the co-pilot in his campaign. So it's going to be like Anton's campaign, and I'm just going to be like passively along for the ride kind of thing. Which I think will be a kind of a fun idea, and I just wanted to like kind of demonstrate, kind of the idea of what I was talking about. Before the co-op campaign, co-pilot campaign, sorry. I wonder if he just died trying to attack me, or whether he just moved away. Take your aspiring champion Doomstack and force march straight into the biggest 4 stacks. Then save the disaster battle. Yeah, I should send this to Legend of Total War. Saving my disaster campaign. Oh no, he doesn't really like that though. He likes only like legit disasters that people have gotten into through legit means or whatever. But yeah, I think that would be kind of fun to just be like, all right, Legend, here's a campaign where we've waited till turn 100 to give the AI a bit of a head start. Do you accept my challenge campaign of trying to survive 1,000 turns? No, I don't. Because as you well know, I don't do challenge campaigns that are just boring and shit. I only do I'm not really interested in super hard campaigns or whatever unless they're fun. They've got to be like interesting or fun as well. I don't mind if it's super hard or even impossible, like even if it's like totally not possible to be achieved, as long as it's fun. Yeah. He said if he's fine with fabricated saves as long as they're fun. Oh, okay, cool. What did Hamza said? Take your aspiration. You make a video on saving your own disaster battle. Oh yeah, that could be a good idea. 67. All right, we're nearly there. We're nearly up to 100 turns. We're nearly up to 70 turns. Sorry. 50, 100. Wait, I'm confused. Oh yeah, no, I just right, yeah.
You wish for boons. You talk to me.
Do you reckon? Oh, actually, do you reckon it'll be different with the co-op campaign? I wonder if in the co-op campaign, if the AI would be able to see me more or would be more aggressive or anything. I guess we'll find out tonight. So we're going to be streaming 1 hour later than my normal time. Yeah, I got ultimate endgame spawned on turn 10. So the ultimate endgame armies are all like running around doing stuff right now. I'm at war with all of them, but none of them have come near me. I suppose it's only really the Chaos Dwarfs that are actually close by to village, so you've got a bit less. But I don't think any of them are coming after you anyway. At turn 100, which faction is worth of challenging Mercy's level 1 village? Yeah, no, I'm still level 1. I got 0 experience. Although my my metal caster is pretty getting pretty strong. He's level 11. I'll just keep hitting this every turn. In co-op, it wouldn't be any different, you reckon? Okay, cool. That's good to know. But yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah. So just going back to the co-op idea for a while. like, so when I played my like kind of best co-op campaign that I enjoyed the most, basically what we would do is I think we both had time off from work. We both had like a week off or something. But he did have some other responsibilities as well. Like I think he might have had to work in his family business a little bit, not all the time, but sometimes, and occasionally he would have like, you know, he'd have to help his wife with the kids or something like that. But most of the time we would kind of have a few hours together to play. But just because of the length of time, is there any other technologies that would be possibly helpful for me to get? We'll just aim for something like that.
I know all.
Yeah, like, so basically what would happen would be like, because the turns would take quite a long time and they were not synchronous. Like you had to play one turn after another in the old Rome 2. So basically I would do my turn and he would go and help his wife with the kids or whatever for a while. And then, you know, I'd be finished my turn, but he wouldn't have come back yet or whatever. So then I'd like, you know, I'd end turn and then I'd, you know, watch a bit of a TV show or I'd look up some stuff on the internet for 5 or 10 minutes or whatever. Then he'd come back. He'd come back to do his turn, and then I'd like check if he needed me to like interact for any battles or anything, and then I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna go make a cup of tea, and then I'll be back. And then, you know, so it was sort of like, yeah, it was sort of co-op, but it was sort of like you'd have to kind of play by mail a little bit, you know, like you'd go like one person at a time, and the other person would kind of go and have a break a lot of the time, and then yeah, so it was probably like about 50% or 60% of the time playing solo, you know, like either I'd be playing and then he'd be away, or he'd be playing and I'd be away, and maybe 30% of the time we'd both be sitting there together chatting while we're doing stuff, like playing chess by mail. Yeah, exactly. It used to be a bit like that. And honestly, I kind of think that's better in a way. Like I think the current co-op where you have synchronous turns is kind of really annoying because you have to keep interacting all the time. Like, you know, like especially when they do a battle, like you have to always like click stuff. But I don't know, like, yeah, like, so for anyone who's played co-op, like if one person has their turn and then they go away to make a cup of tea or go to the toilet or something, but you still have to finish your turn, do you need them to like interact with you? Like, are you able to like do your turn by yourself basically without the other person doing anything, or will it ask them to like confirm every time you go into a battle or whatever? Like, is there like a timer or something where if they don't respond, you'll eventually be able to do the battle by yourself?
You doubt the trusted.
Or will it just freeze you until the other person comes back from going to the toilet or whatever? Constant interruptions? Yeah, so you can't play it without the other person being there like every moment of the time, yeah? You have to select join or spectate on every battle. Yeah, it's annoying. Because yeah, I think you can select it so it automates the oh, is it every time you go into diplomacy as well? That sucks. Yeah, like the way that they've got it set up so that when you, with auto-resolving and stuff, that you have like a default where if the other person doesn't, like if there's a disagreement or whatever, it'll default to like auto-resolve, you know, or it'll default to manual player. They should have a setting like that where if the other person doesn't respond, it defaults to whatever the person who does respond, you know, chooses. That way, you know, because I think you have to be realistic about the amount of time it takes and like how real people's lives operate, you know, and like, yeah, like there's always going to be times when one person's doing something that's important in the game and the other person doesn't really have anything to do, you know, or like somebody's like, oh, I just need to read all my tech tree to figure out what technology I'm going to do. It might just take 5 minutes. Do you want to go and have a break? And then the other person goes to make a cup of tea while you read your tech tree. And then they come back, and then you finish that, and then you want to fight a battle, but you can't because they haven't come back yet. Or you finish that and you want to click end turn because they've already finished their turn and they're just waiting for you, but it won't let you end turn you know. Oh, actually, that would be okay because they would have already clicked end turn before they went. Although I'm not sure if it would unclick the end turn button if you went to a battle or something. I think it does default to what the initial settings are set to, but the timeout takes forever. Okay. Hey, Dog Cat Dog. I'm just checking to see if the AI will, like, ever attack me if I play as village.
You wish for boons.
I think you just have to accept that there will be times you're waiting for the other to play. Well, currently you do, yeah. But I'm saying, like, I think that co-op would be a lot more popular if they could make it, so that you didn't have to wait all the time. Almost 10% of the way there. Nah, I'm not going to go to 1,000. I think we'll go to 100. I think 100 seems like a good amount. 36% of people want to see me go to 100, so I guess we'll cater to those 36% of people. Bonus experience 1,000 for Village the Curseling. Yeah, we leveled up.
Bow to me.
Now I can get my red line 75 XP for my units. But then eventually they'll level up really slowly. So we got a pretty good this is a pretty good army. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of aspiring champions and 5 trolls. Although I'll probably just get rid of the trolls. We'll just go like full aspiring champion. How much do these cost? 275. So we can get like 3 more. Constant pausing of your game when they are performing actions makes me not want to play it now. Yeah, that really sucks, doesn't it? It's like, yeah, like I said, it's almost better the way it used to be before, where the turns are not synchronous, so that you can actually just, do your turn in completeness while the other person goes and does something else and then comes back. It's actually way more painful to have to sit there and just have to keep pressing, like, you know, waiting for the other person to do something and then like pressing OK basically every so often. I'm not sure how to explain that in a you know, graceful way in a video, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's the main problem. Like, I think that's the main problem with co-op, really. The main problem that they could do something about it. No, I wasn't playing Dark Tide at Furia.
Witness the power of Village.
What are you saying no about Ethereal? Five is slow. What's 5? Oh, Ethereal was playing Dark Tide. Sorry, yeah. Oh, I killed the trolls. Yeah, sorry. I did kill the trolls. I feel like if you can only have a limited number of units in your army, then I think that the aspiring champions are tougher than the trolls. I wonder if the 25% XP actually applies to the passive XP. So, how much XP have these guys got? Oh, they're not getting XP? Oh no, they are getting XP. Just, I don't know how much they've currently got. I guess they've probably got like 700 or 75, whatever. So this first guy's got 550 to go, and this redline skill gives him 75 XP, but I just got a skill that gives them 25% extra. So a quarter of 75 is like 15 plus 18.5. So that means they should go up by 93.5. So it should be, instead of 550, it should be 456 or something.
lumbering oaf! You stop your grunting!
Okay.
Come in, you fool!
475. Nah, so the 25% didn't work, didn't do anything. That's okay. We'll eventually get to, we'll probably get to tier 1, we'll probably get to level 2 by the time we, What makes you think the AI can get to you, though? Hey, Dog. What do you mean? Well, the AI clearly can get to me, like if they wanted to, like they can walk here, but I don't think they can see me. I think either they don't want to attack me or they just can't see me. Yeah.
My magic is eldritch fire.
Approach the twisted twins, but ignore the lemmax.
Yeah, I'm guessing there's going to be no fixes for the multiplayer because there probably just isn't enough interest in it. Like, because I mean, a lot of people I think do play co-op campaigns, and I think co-op is great in theory, but yeah, just due to the inconvenience of it, really. I imagine the amount of people that play co-op compared to the amount of people who play regular single player is minuscule. You know, it'd probably be less than 1%, I reckon. And so it's sort of like, yeah, I don't know. But then again, like but I think that the impact and the value of the co-op is worth more than you would think from that number. Like that's just a guess. Like, but like, just if you for a moment you assume I'm right and less than 1% of games are co-op, I think still the idea of co-op probably attracts people to the game. You know, like the idea that you could one day play a co-op game with one of your mates one day if the stars aligned or whatever. Like, I think that's valuable to people. No, I don't mean the loud minority of people that play co-op. I mean even the people that don't regularly play co-op, but just having the concept that you could play co-op one day, or maybe one day, you know, you've got a good mate that you'd love to play a co-op campaign, but you know, you'll have to wait till his kids go away on holiday, and you happen to be on leave from work at the same time, and it may take 3 years before the stars align and that actually happens, you know. So I guess what I'm saying is, even though the percentage of games that are played as co-op may be minuscule, like the value that people place on the co-op may be a lot more than that. You know what I mean? Like that one co-op game out of 1,000 that you actually play might be worth more than, you know, 0.1% of your enjoyment, you know, like, so the stats may not reflect, you know. So yeah, but I'm not really sure how CA is supposed to quantify that though, because all they can see is, you know, on their sort of data that the game collects on you, all they can see is basically how many co-op games you play and how long the co-op games last. You know, they can't see, you know, the emotional impact that co-op game had on you, you know. Because, like, yeah, that first ever co-op campaign that I played with my mate Chewy, back when Rome 2 first came out, yeah, I still remember that as the best co-op game I've ever played, and one of my favorite gaming experiences, and, you know, and probably something that made me really kind of love Rome 2 even more than I would have otherwise loved it, you know. But, like, that's basically the only co-op game I've ever played, you know. I've started a couple of other ones, but yeah, I've never really gotten into many. Yeah, like that was literally probably the biggest and longest co-op campaign I ever played, just that one time. But it definitely had an impact on me and made me definitely have like a love for the idea of it. 5-man Skaven co-op is a ton of fun. Honestly, having 5 commanders for specific roles in a battle is surprisingly immersive. That actually sounds really cool. But again, then you'd have like 5 people that you have to wait for them to click the buttons all the time, though, don't you? Isn't the campaign map part really annoying, Tyler? This is what I like, yeah. So this is why I was sort of saying, like, I think it'd be really cool if you had like this sort of co-op, like you had like commanders co-op where just there's only one campaign that gets played and everyone just helps in the battles, you know. Maybe make it so that any of the players can move. So you just all choose one faction together, and then any of you can like move the campaign map. Maybe have one leader character that controls the campaign map, or maybe you share it and anybody can move stuff on the campaign map and build buildings and stuff. But yeah, and then
Yes, my lord of change.
you have to spend the points in order to kind of level up effectively. That's cool. Still got the steel technology even though he was wounded.
Blue fires of hell.
I was actually wondering about that, whether you still have the whether you still have the steel technology while you're actually moving or not. Has the same pacing issues with interruptions. Friends enjoy the less stress with the battles, but they lose interest as the turns drag on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, I feel like this co-op campaign idea would kind of partially solve that stuff. You know, because then you could just have like one player trying to like manage the strategy map, while the other 4 players just giving them shit and making jokes and, you know, talking amongst themselves or going to get a drink or helping with their kids or whatever. And then when they have when you have a battle, everyone kind of comes back together and has a battle, you know. But yeah, I don't know if there's I doubt that there's any way that CA could do it, but maybe they could do it in the next game, you know, in like Total War 40k or whatever. Imagine playing Orc War Bosses and like playing 5-player co-op and that's really fun. But yeah, that idea, that 5-player Skaven co-op sounds really fun actually, Tyler. It's lore friendly to be screaming at my Skaven friends to get his Jezzails off my Stormwormen's back. Friendly fire in the back from the Jezzails. Yeah, nice. I think the lag kills it, to be honest. Well, I don't think you would have much lag if you're all in the same area, though. Like I was playing with a 5-player co-op, I think, with Turin, Darv plays. There was 5 people now. I can't remember who they all were now. But when I think it was when Warhammer 3 first came out, I got invited to do like a 5-player co-op with those guys, and there wasn't actually that much lag. There was a bit of lag, you can imagine, with 5 players, but there wasn't really that much. Yeah, I mean, I think there was 1 or 2 battles that were pretty laggy, but a bunch of like we had plenty of other battles that weren't very laggy. So yeah. So anyway, long story short, yeah, I think if you're all in the same area, you could probably have a pretty low lag game. We've only had lag once. And do you guys all live in the same city, Tyler? Or at least in the same country?
Insolence! Eldritch fire!
Bow to me.
All in the States, but I suppose it's about 1,000 miles. Yeah, so it's probably pretty. Yeah, it's pretty good. The only time I really have lag is when I play with European people or people in the England. But yeah, when I play with people on West Coast of America, seems pretty good. Tonight I'm going to be doing co-op with Anton B Gaming. He's in California, so that's about as close as you can get to Australia in America. And yeah, I played quite a bit with Andrew Jones. He's in America as well. Not sure where. I don't think he's in California though. I think he might be in. I don't know. I don't know where he is. Maybe he is in California. Not sure. But wherever he's from, yeah, seems fine. think Central States is pretty good as well. I'm not sure if Eastern States are still pretty lagless for me, but thanks for the stream. Hope to catch some more of it later, but stuff to do. Oh, no worries, Clock Monkey. Yeah, drop by for the co-op later if you want. Hopefully it'll be fun. It's pretty trippy that I'm like, I've like pretty much completed the whole tech tree. Haven't even got any like students or anything.
Are you a god? Good. Now we see.
He's taking bets that California implodes during the live stream. California implode? Why would California implode? Is there some dangerous implosion stuff happening over there? Your timing is a pain. I have about 7 different co-op campaigns with an assortment of friends that got it at the summer sale. Oh, nice. Yeah, so that was another thing. Thanks for. I'm glad you're here, Tyler. I was hoping more people would talk about their co-op campaigns, but probably hardly anyone plays co-op, so that's why we haven't got. There's not much people giving me feedback. But yeah, like so yeah, that's another thing. Like the whole like getting your friends to get into the campaign as a new player. I think that's another important part of the whole co-op, at least the co-op idea, whether in practicality you actually do it or not. But I think the idea of having a friend that you want to introduce to the game, so you offer to play a co-op campaign with them, or either to help them or just because you really want to play with them or whatever. Yeah, I think that's a big factor. And I don't know, I guess like I'm wondering if anyone's got an opinion about how good of a tool, like in terms, like just say, you've got a friend, and so you really like Total War. You've got a friend who doesn't play Total War. You want them to try it out. How much of a good tool for helping people get into the game or for attracting them to the game is co-op? Like, do you think that the co-op campaign like helps a lot with attracting like new players? Like from Creative Assembly's point of view, like they want to get more people to buy the game, And yeah, do you think that having a good co-op campaign is a good way for us as players to basically get more people to play the game? And so would CA see that as, valuable thing for them to do? Mortal Empires being free is definitely the biggest factor to introduce the game.
Bring it to ruin.
Yeah. So you think like it doesn't really matter whether you play co-op or not, just the fact that they could buy Mortal Empires for free is the main thing that like got your friends to play it, Taylor? First impression is very important. Yeah, exactly. Definitely. My friends got it after I touted how fun the co-op could be, so that was their deal breaker. Okay, cool. That's cool. And did the ones that you were saying you had a lot of like half-finished co-op campaigns and stuff like that. Did a lot of the people that you played, that you got, like a lot of those co-op partners that you got, Tyler, that you got into the game, did they then go on to play the game a lot solo and like really like it, or did they like only play it with you, like only play it when you were available to play co-op, or did they like play the co-op and not like it and then not play it anymore, or what do you think was the general outcome of like co-op as a way of introducing them? More players is a vague notion. Good co-op will draw more. It's just that more might be downright negligible compared to the effort put in. Yeah, it is, and it may be. And the other thing about it is, I think it's like really difficult to quantify, because like I was sort of saying before, like the numbers of people that actually play it doesn't necessarily reflect the number of people that value it. Like these sort of stories that Tyler was saying about co-op being like the deal breaker that got some of his friends to buy the game because they love the idea of playing co-op with him or whatever. I feel like that's probably like that's got a certain amount of impact, but then I think there's other people that never actually play a co-op game, but they still get it And part of the reason they get it is the idea that they may play a co-op game. You know, like they might get it intending to play co-op, but then because of scheduling or whatever, they never actually play co-op. But the idea of that co-op campaign they could play, or you know, or whatever, is still like a big sales. You know, like. But yeah, I don't know how you would really convince shareholders or execs at CA to like believe or understand that co-op is, you know, well, no, firstly, I don't know how we could actually know whether or not it is a big factor. It's very hard. And then if you could convince yourself, I don't know how you would convince anyone else, you know, because there's no evidence. Up to 92 turns. One does not have the attention span for it, but the others have played on their own and actually enjoy the smaller two-man co-op campaigns, it seems. Yeah, I think that two-man co-op is for practical purposes. I think co-op is the two-man's the most you can have. Otherwise, there's just too many interruptions and too painful, and the scheduling is impossible. You know, I think that what they went for instead. So what I think is you need to have one co-op partner who's willing to spend hours, you know, in a session, like 4 hours at a time, or at least 2 hours. I think like 2 hours is like the minimum, really, like about 2 to 4 hours in a session, and he's willing to spend multiple sessions over the course of weeks or months in order to get a fair bit of a way into a campaign. Like that's what I think is like the ideal, because that's what I had that first time when I played my first campaign. You know, I had somebody else who was super into Rome 2, had time off, was willing to play it pretty much every day. We'd get up, we'd get our co-op, we'd maybe play single player for a couple of hours till he came online, then I'd switch over to the co-op campaign, and yeah, I was loving it. But I think what CA's like tried to do this time around is actually lean away from that, instead of trying to optimize it more for, you know, a two-player co-op where both people are committed to the long haul. They've tried to optimize it more for single session, short, fast co-op, where, you know, a bunch of people are able to say, look, like a board gaming night, you know, like, you know, you can't play a board game every day, but you might have a special day where you're like, yeah, we're all gonna all get together, 4 or 5 friends, we're gonna have dinner, we're gonna play a board game for like 4 or 5 hours, we're gonna play like Talisman or Risk or something that takes ages, you know, and get it done in that one shot, you know. So I think that's what they've gone for with some of their campaign ideas at the moment, is more that kind of like one shot campaign. You know, that you can get it done in like 4 to 6 hours in one session, which is cool, but it's not really what I want, I don't think. One thing, that's me. I'll literally play a co-op campaign for like 10 hours. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I would. I'm not sure. I'll easily play for 6 to 8 hours if I have time. Yeah, nice. Ringo said, I think co-op is a perfect way to introduce new players to the game. I have a friend who's trying to get into I'm trying to get into the game, and a co-op campaign will be a great way to help teach him the basics of the game. Yeah, I don't know. I've tried to get somebody into it by that method, and it's sort of, I think it's hard for me because I've been playing Total War for, you know, decades now, like I don't know, like 20 years or something, and I've been playing this game like pretty much non-stop for like 7 years, and so, you know, like I know a lot about the game, and so it's hard to I don't know, it's hard to like dial it back for a new player, you know, like when a new player, when I last tried to get one of my mates into the game, he's like playing Empire like on turn 1 or whatever, and I'm like, I don't know, it was really hard to like figure out what to tell him at that time, you know, because like I could literally sit there and give him a lecture for like 30 hours about like how to play an Empire campaign, you know, like I could probably literally do that. I could probably literally write a 30-hour essay about about how to play an Empire campaign. But that's gonna that's not what you want if you're a new player. You know, you want to have the joy of experiencing the campaign yourself, and learning how to play the game and get better at it is one of the most engaging parts of Total War, I reckon. I'm still learning how to play it and get better at it right now, you know. But having somebody else just tell you how to play it is not very fun. I don't think, you know, or maybe it can be fun if they do it in the right way. But I don't think I've mastered that. I'm not sure if I've mastered that ability. My cousin wants to play co-op, but he's not really paying attention, so it's frustrating. Yeah, my mate plays it about the same level as me, and it's much more fun. Yeah, I think that's a big thing. Yeah, Ross. Yeah, I think that might be the problem with my mate that I tried to get into it. He kind of likes it, but he's just nowhere near as much as I do, you know. And so it's like, yeah, it doesn't concentrate that much. Yeah, it doesn't pay that much attention.
All balance. All knowledge is mine.
I always want to optimize, but sometimes we need to allow them to make mistakes and learn how units work together. Yeah, exactly. Explaining previous Total War games was easier, in my opinion. Warhammer 3 is very, very overwhelming for new players. Yeah, that's possibly true if you've got a lot of different stuff going on, and you know. I think it's good. It's probably good to start with the faction that's fairly straightforward and just stick with that faction until you kind of get into it a bit. But I don't know, like, what turn did they make a move on me? No one's making any moves on me yet, I don't think, Ross. I think we're still pretty much just safe here. My wizard's gotten assassinated a few times, but he's fine. He just gets back in there again. No problem. Does this cost money? No, I don't think it's got any upkeep cost, does it? Yeah, I'll just flick it up to turn 100, and then I'll what do you call it? And then I might just go in and attack some stuff and see if that makes any difference, and then I'll probably call it. We'll just play to, you know, turn 105 or something like that. But yeah, I feel like, I don't know, like if you just start a new campaign and you just play like Empire exclusively. Like, so you start a new, you just say you've got to support the game. You start a new campaign as Karl Franz, and you're playing on normal, or you're playing on easy or whatever, right? And then you're like, oh, okay, I think I've got the hang of this now. I use some spearmen for a front line. I've got some archers to help them, and you know, but this is easy is a bit too easy. Maybe I should play it on normal now, or hard, or something very hard, whatever, you know. You kind of do the easy, you do it easy first to check it out, then you're like, okay, now I want it to actually be a bit challenging so that my decisions actually matter. That's the problem when you play on like too easy. It's like too easy for you. Whatever level is the good challenge level for you. If you're playing like 1 or 2 levels below that, you get that feeling sometimes that your decisions don't really matter. Like, you know, so you want to kind of, I think even a strategy game, you want it to be at that difficulty level where you feel like if you make bad decisions, you'll lose, but if you make good decisions, then you'll win, you know? And then you can get that satisfaction of like strategizing and being all clever and stuff. So yeah, anyway, so you start a new campaign on easy. You figure out the basics of the game, so then you start a new campaign on very hard or something. And then you have a really challenging campaign and whatever. And then you get excited about these other factions, like, oh, there's vampires, maybe I should try vampires out, or I should try out dark elves or whatever. And then you try them out, and there's that whole grass is greener thing, because you've just played Empire a couple of times, and there was all this new stuff like archers, wizards, magic, building buildings, recruiting, diplomacy, allies, you know, all this new stuff. But then you've played it twice now, so there's less new stuff that you're getting from playing the Empire. So then you go play a different faction, Dark Elves, Vampires, whatever. It's totally different. You're like, oh my god, there's all this new Raised Dead, and there's like death magic, you know, vampire lore magic, and there's, you know, bloodlines and whatever. So, you know, and then, you know, you can keep playing a different faction every time, and you'll keep getting a high amount of newness, giving you those kind of like dopamine hits of like discovering new stuff. But you'll like kind of not really learn the factions very well. You know, like if you just play like a half a campaign of something and just get all the newness, and then go to another faction and play half a campaign of that and get all the new stuff, you know, you'll keep getting like lots of kind of those dopamine hits from discovering new stuff, but you won't like learn anything, and you won't really get the proper satisfaction of the game. You gotta like, I feel like you gotta settle in and have like a full campaign where you're thinking about your moves and you're, you know, trying out all the different mechanics and stuff like that. And like, I don't know. Tomb King is probably the easiest factions for new players. They have limited roster, simple tactics on the battlefield, introduces new types slowly. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Although, imagine if you were a new player, even if you're just playing like Karl Franz or whatever, you'd be going through the turns pretty slow anyway. Yeah, I mean, by that same, yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be Tomb Kings for new players. Absolutely not. Yeah, no, like maybe Tomb Kings is not a great one. Is not a great one for new players, but I get the concept of what you're saying, like introducing like the specific examples that Afiro gave there of like having a limited roster and slowly adding new things. I think that is a good that is a good thing that's good for new players. But I think like even if you were just playing as like the Empire, right? On turn one, the Empire can only recruit basic spearmen, swordsmen. Actually, yeah, you got basic spearmen, swordsmen, archers, and free company. So actually, you've already got a bit of, you know, variety there, I guess. Hey, Winky Winky Woo, how you going, buddy? Got your veteran Volk Mercy head. Been a member for quite a while now. Sam said, I watched Legend prior to buying Total Warhammer 2, learned Skaven, won a campaign on Ikit Claw, and then it just became looking for more challenging or more fun campaigns. Yeah, nice. But yeah, I think like when you, as a new player, yeah, there's something to be said for just like checking out all the different, well, hey. Nice one. There's something to be said for just checking out all of the different factions a little bit, see what you like and see what variety, what possibilities there are, you know. But then there's also something to be said for I wonder if I just go into normal stance if they'll attack me. They probably won't. This army probably won't attack me because they probably don't have enough. We should have taken some more magic. They probably haven't got a strong enough army. Or maybe they will. All right. Well, there you go. So they do attack you if they can see you. Check this army out. It's got Dreadquake mortars and stuff. Alright, well this will be a good end to the stream. This is my disaster campaign. But yeah, so I don't know, like do you think, like, I think like as a new player, you naturally want to kind of try out all the different factions to see what you like the best. But yeah, I think like if you just keep jumping around and only just dipping your toe in the water and just sort of playing the first 5 or 10 turns of each campaign or whatever, then it's not enough for you to really Yeah, not enough for you to really understand. Problem is you don't learn a faction by trying it. Yeah, exactly. And I think, and like I said before, I think like learning the faction. Oh, that was nice. They can actually tank hits from the Dreadquake. It's pretty cool.
Move fast. Ready. Move fast. Ready. Move fast. Ready.
Is it heat seeking?
Move fast. Ready.
I don't know. It's not very accurate, so you can't, it's hard to say.
Earth's glory. Ready.
I need to kill that fucking Dreadquake before it nukes my dudes.
Move fast. Move fast.
Can we evade it?
Move fast.
Sure. Doesn't do much damage to doesn't do much damage to the aspiring champions.
Bloody glory. Nobles pestilent glory. Move fast. Ready.
Oh, you can evade it. That's cool.
Kill. Made. Go.
Oh, there's the Dreadquake. Need more tutorials like in Warhammer 3 for new players. Yeah, I don't know. I think the thing with the prologue is not even necessarily that it's a tutorial. It's just more like it's not like I think the point of it is not necessarily to teach you how to play or how to be good at the game. It's just to give you an introduction to the I don't know, like I think the storyline part, like I think the storyline sort of aspect of the prologue is really important. Just kind of getting you into it. Like if you think back to all those like old school games like Command and Conquer and stuff, you know, there'd always be like a little video. There'd quite often be like cutscenes and movies at the start to like get you into what's going on and why it's important and why you need to save the world or whatever, you know. And yeah, I think the prologue kind of is cool in that way. It kind of reminds me of those games of like, yeah, just kind of giving you that. It's not even an old school thing really. It's just like a common thing that you do for video games, you know, really to get you into it. I don't think we're going to do too well in this battle. Maybe I could have done better if I tried harder, but I don't think so. I think it was pretty much doomed from the start. It's also a totally different game on very hard legendary versus lower. Yeah, that's last we died. All right, well, there we go. That's the end of the campaign. Yeah, those of you who didn't check it out, I don't know if did anyone go and check out the Anton B Gaming's video? I'd be interested to know what you guys think about that video. Yeah, so basically, for those of you who are interested, basically he yeah, we lost. That's it. Game over, man. Game over. It's pretty cool though. But yeah, so basically, yeah, you can, but they didn't notice, like 103 turns I sat in the corner there. No one noticed me, nobody came for me. But yeah, it looks like you have to be in, you have to stay in ambush stance, otherwise they will come for you. Have you found a way to make the game more challenging? Oh yeah, there's heaps of ways to make the game more challenging. Just a matter of finding like the ways that you find are the most fun. what sort of problem are you encountering, Sam? Like just like the end game is not hard enough? Yeah, obviously there's challenge campaigns. You can limit yourself. You can limit yourself to certain. You can limit yourself to only having certain units, certain tactics, certain whatever. I like to do a lot of challenges like that. I mean, a pretty straightforward thing to just make the game a bit harder is just to put on turn 10 ultimate endgame, but I just have it on 25%. So if you want to have like a you know, you don't want it just to be like a big, the world gets nuked by 200% endgame. Just have the world, just have it like on 25% endgame, so it's only just fairly weak. And then but put it on turn 10, and then there'll be a bunch of factions that'll get a little boost on turn 10, and they'll continue to stay strong and grow big, you know. But I don't know, that could be an option. Tried turn 10 200%, but found it immensely tedious. 25% might be more fun. Try 25%. Another thing you can do is choose to declare war on certain factions and stuff in a bit more of a strategic way in order to make the challenge, you know, like just say you want to role play dwarfs versus greenskins or something, you know, you do like I wouldn't necessarily recommend everyone do This Is Total War, because it's This Is Total War kind of ruins the game a little bit, because it means that you've got no diplomacy at all. So, but what you can do is like a role play friendly This Is Total War. Like you play as the dwarfs and you like automatically declare war on like every greenskin faction, you know, or in every Skaven faction or something like that, you know. And then, or not even like that much of a rule. Just whenever you feel like you should, you just be like, right, I'm angry with this faction, declare war. Like just declare war more often than you normally would, you know, or, you know, yeah, basically you can kind of like, you know, make the game more challenging in that way. But in terms of the AI, like I think you just have to wait for them to continue to develop with the AI. I think they're still tweaking it. I think, you know, every patch or two they put in some new changes to try to make the AI better. But the hard thing with that is that I think in order to like help the CA devs, like you need to really pinpoint specific instances of where the AI is going wrong. And at the moment, I think we're kind of at a point where it's a bit problematic, because the AI is not really doing anything wrong in particular. It's just not really gearing up enough, you know. So like if you get to turn 100, or if you get to turn 100, you know, what you would like to see is a couple of mega factions that are really powerful and really dangerous and are really coming after you. And if you put the greenskin endgame on, 200% greenskin endgame, then you will see that, like you'll see Grimgor and other greenskins like becoming immensely huge and stuff. But you know, you don't see that happen organically in the game that much. Like they might get huge, but they still won't really come after you as effectively as they used to in Warhammer 2. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like, you know, we need more examples of people like being like, oh, here I am on turn 100 and I've got this massive enemy and they're just not doing anything, or something like that. You know, you need to like find examples where the AI is kind of being embarrassingly stupid, you know, but I think a lot of the time it's not really that obvious. It's just like, oh yeah, I'm just playing the game. Nothing's really going wrong. There's nothing obviously really stupid that the AI is doing. It's just not quite as challenging as it needs to be, you know? Feeling the strategic level, the AI isn't as aggressive. Yeah, exactly. But you know, you need to find examples of like illustrating that, you know? Like, I don't know what would be a good, you know, like something that you can imagine being a meme on Reddit, you know? You know, like, I don't know, like, here's my campaign on Warhammer 2 on turn 80, and you've got like 26 like dwarf armies invading you. And here's my campaign in Warhammer 3, and you've got like 1.5 stacks of dwarf warriors attacking you or something, you know? Like, I think we need more stuff like that, kind of like memes kind of illustrating how weak it is, you know, so that CA can kind of have that illustrated to them. But yeah, this diplomacy is amazing in Total Warhammer 3. You don't want to lose that. Yeah, exactly. And that's why it's kind of a bummer, because like quite often you know, a lot of times you'll be playing these challenge campaigns like This is Total War, or like 200% ultimate endgame where the whole world fucking explodes and shit. And that just, it's cool. I guess it adds a little bit of extra challenge, but it definitely detracts from the complexity and the dynamic evolving world that you really want to have, you know. But yeah, anyway, I've been rambling on enough. Thanks so much for hanging out, guys. I just wanted to do that test, and I felt like a bit of company. So I hope you guys enjoyed the chat, and yeah, thanks for keeping me company while I did my village sciencing. But anyway, I'm gonna jump off now. I could chuck a host to somebody. Is anyone playing Total War? Do you know? Total War Warhammer 3. I don't think anyone's playing at the moment. No, I don't know. Anyway, guys, so yeah, live stream will be starting about an hour later today. I'll set that up soon, so it's scheduled if anyone wants to check it out. I'll be playing this campaign, basically a passive village campaign, and I'll be co-piloting on Anton's Azag campaign. So essentially, there'll be two of us playing Greenskins together. So yeah, if you guys want to check that out, yeah, you're welcome. All right, guys, I'll catch you later. Have a good one.